Hello and welcome to another episode of Last Orders. If you enjoy our content, please like and subscribe. It does help us out big time. Is alt season upon us? We've been talking about it the last week or two. It looks as though all the stars are aligning. We'll go through that in a second. Also, if you don't know what alt season is, or you're a little bit rusty, or you need some tips, we've got an awesome video done by Ash, which I'll link at the end of the video, on tips for success during an alt season. So let's go through the charts. We'll start with BTC. Looking very strong. It looks as though we're heading up to that weekly level of 31.7 that we talked about the other day, back on Wednesday. As I say, looks like there's nothing stopping it, including daily. You've got this little consolidation area here. Looks like it's just melting through, probably going all the way up to 31.775. ETH as well, looking very strong. Blasting through 2k, which surprises me. I really thought 2k was going to have some sort of an effect. Big round number. It's a clear resistance. It was the swing high back in August, but no, straight through it like wet paper. If we go to the daily, as you can see, looking very, very strong ever since breaking that 1847 day level, having that retest, and away it goes. In terms of resistance for ETH, I think this could go all the way up to 2300. Not much in the way. You've got this small little consolidation here, but it's broken over these swing highs, as we mentioned, that 2012 area. So yeah, could easily see this go to 2300. Now, talking about all the stars aligning for alt season, this is the relationship we want to see. ETH is outperforming BTC to the upside, not underperforming it to the downside. So ETH is looking stronger than BTC, not looking less weak. So as you can see, this is more like the relationship you want to see. BTC up 1.3% for the day, whereas ETH is up 5% for the day. Reflected in ETH BTC, as you can see, we look like we're going to get that deviation now. A weekly close back above 0.066. I was clearly wrong on the idea. I thought we were coming down to 0.06, at least this daily level here, which looked like the next logical place since we lost 0.066 as support. Wasn't the case. We consolidate down here, and as you can see, we hit right at the bottom of that consolidation level the other day and bounced off it. So looks like if we are ever going to go down to 0.06 or 0.053, as I mentioned, that monthly range low, it's probably not for a little while. Maybe we see, as I say, we see a rally, we see alt season. In terms of Bitcoin dominance, as you would expect, that is having the inverse effect. So we are rejecting this monthly level at 48% if we go down to the lower time frames of the weekly. So this weekly candle here looks very similar to the weekly candle we had back in July 21. As you can see, big wick and then eventual rejection. And as you can see, every time Bitcoin dominance has come up to this level, 48%, we've had a wick into it and then a strong rejection off it, and it's moved very fast. So are we going to see the same thing and see Bitcoin dominance fall? Of course, as Bitcoin dominance goes down, Ethereum and alts usually go up. So ETH BTC usually rallies, ETH outperforms BTC, etc. That whole relationship, though, all those stars aligning, as I say. And then the last piece of the puzzle is the total 2. So we're looking for a weekly close above the 600 billion market cap, and it looks like we're getting that very strong weekly candle. As you can see, it's very unlikely that this becomes a wick. This is higher than all the other previous wicks. And yeah, looking very strong. So weekly candle close above 600 billion, and that is the final piece of the puzzle. And then I think we are pretty confirmed for an alt season, unless this all becomes one big ugly deviation. But let's deal with that if and when it happens. But for the moment, looking very strong. So I've got a selection of alts here, and they're BTC pairs, because all BTC pairs are pretty much on the floor, but these four that I've picked out look like they're on very, very strong higher time frame support. So we'll go through them in the USD pairs and then the BTC pairs. So ADA looking the strongest alt out there, well, not the strongest alt, but one of the strongest alts out there at the minute. This weekly candle looking like it's going to break above that weekly range high resistance. So yeah, looking very strong there. AVAX looks like it's trending quite nicely. Could head up to its own weekly range high of about $21, as you can see, looking quite nice. NIA covered this over the last couple of weeks. It had a very nice retest of this weekly range low, $1.83, and now trending. Looks like it's going to break above that weekly mid-range. If we go down to the daily as well, actually, you can see that this weekly mid-range has been a very important level, or significant level, as support and resistance. And as you can see, haven't had a daily close above it for a long time. We finally got that yesterday, 2 days ago, held it as support today. So that could be just consolidating before and move up to the range highs. Again, if you go to the weekly, it looks like a very clean play. Range low all the way up to the range high. So we'll see. And then DOT trending quite nicely, as you can see, that weekly pushing up into that monthly range high. So we actually entered this trade on the Earn While You Learn and our Learning Crypto Premium. So that is where I basically go through the market Monday to Friday looking for trades, and we jump on them all together. So the videos come out same time every day, around about between 9 and 10 o'clock UK time, so we can all jump on the entries together, whether they're market entries, limit orders, etc. But I do it all on screen, all on video, so you can literally just follow along, and it's, you know, sensible leverage, sensible trades, nice easy trades, teaching you how to do it. But yeah, we jumped on this. Daily close above the $6.34, and we jumped on targeting this monthly range high. And as you can see, this is the current status of it. So as you can see, entry 6.46. So it's a little high, but as I say, because we record it, I record the videos at the same time every day, just to give everyone that chance to enter the trade. You know, there's no point in me jumping on a trade at 11 o'clock at night or 4 o'clock in the morning. People can't jump on that. So as I say, we're limited to the times of day that we enter the trades. But yeah, we'd already had that confirmation. We'd closed above, we'd held it as support, so we jumped in here about 6.46. So let's take a look at the BTC pairs. So if we go back to the higher time frames, let's start with the monthly and go to ADA. So as you can see, ADA come down to this monthly level of, what's that, 1,320 sats. Pretty significant level of support, in my opinion. Previous resistance, now flipped to support, so that could be a really nice entry. And if we go down to the weekly as well, starting to trend upwards, and there's a lot of ground to make up. Even if it goes back to this swing high here, up at about 1,700 sats or so, that's still a pretty good gain in BTC. AVAX, again, not much on the monthly, as you can see. However, if we go to, well, unless you want to count the candle bodies potentially, I like to go off the wicks. If we go on the weekly, look at this, it's the bottom of June 22, and we're holding it very nicely, so could easily see an expansion from here. Near BTC, so we've got a monthly level slightly lower, about 5,750. There's a chance we might not get there though. If we go to the weekly, as you can see, we look to have reclaimed this important level of support / resistance. So resistance back here all the way back in November 2020. Resistance, flip to support, support, drop below, resistance, 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 pop back above, and now we're back here. So we dropped below it, closed back above it last week, and it looks like we're holding it again today with a nice strong wick to the downside, so that looks good. And then finally, .BTC, again, we've got a monthly level slightly lower at 1,792. However, might not get there because, as you can see, we are on a weekly support, which was the start of this leg of the move back here in Jan 21. So, yeah, potential bottoms here for these pairs on the BTC pairs, but definitely cycle through some alts. Not only look at their USD pairs, but look at their BTC pairs as well, because that is where some potential opportunities are there. Particularly if you've missed out on the BTC rally, you can jump on Ether alts and potentially play catch up. But that's what's my view of the market at the moment. As I say, I'll link that video for tips about alt season from Ash. Really good video, really worth a watch. And I'll be back on Monday to share everything for you to watch out for in the market next week. So enjoy the weekend, don't spend it staring at charts, and I'll see you then.